And joining me now to discuss is Chinn, president of Faith-Based Security Network. Carl, welcome. Great to see you. As Eric reported, a pro-abortion group is calling for people to go to their local Catholic church on Sunday to protest. What more do you know about this? And what can parishes do to ensure that people who are attending Mass are safe?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. I appreciate this opportunity. And, you know, the thing of it is, me and some folks were talking this morning, and it boils down to a simple comment that if you're not ready, you're not ready. And, you know, when we read of places like the church in Boulder that just got hit this weekend, or this week, just a couple days ago, that was the second time in a short amount of months that they've been hit. And you would think they would have some security measures in place. And that's the one thing we tell people is have an intentional readiness plan so that you're ready when these things happen.
Yeah. And what would you suggest in a case like that, say the church out in Boulder?
Well, for one thing, have a team that's assigned to protection of the church and the people, and have them come up with plans that are based upon past history. Yeah, so you know in that particular church that you have a community of folks who don't like what they stand for. As I understand, they posted things in the lawn, you know, crosses and such, representing the 4,000 unborn children that are killed every day in this country, and those have been trampled by people in the Boulder area. So you know you have a base that's opposed to you, so you set up folks who are prepared for attacks in that particular realm and ready to respond to them in a right way.
Yeah. Carl, I want to ask you about these planned protests. I mean, how concerning is this to you, especially considering the fact that some of these recent protests have really gotten out of hand and even violent at times?
Yeah, and that's the nature of these so-called peaceful protests. Whatever the issue is, it boils down to the actual people on the ground there and their definition of what's justified and what's not. And they're not listening to somebody that's on TV saying these are going to be peaceful protests. A lot of these folks are just after the latest good round of agitation, and they just want to fight. So they go and the more inflamed they can get the people around them, it escalates. And our church protectors, those of us who serve in a role of protection of the congregation, need to be cognizant of the fact that they're fishing for infractions. They got their little video cameras going, and they're ready for you to say something or do something stupid.
Do you have any advice for anyone, you know, going to Mass on Sunday, maybe anticipating some of these protests? What should we do to protect ourselves and our families?
Well, that's the key thing. We should always take responsibility for protecting ourselves and our family. But for the parishioners who are going, I hope that there are people positioned throughout their church that are there for the purpose of protection. And the parishioners can go to truly experience the worship experience that they want on that weekend. I mean, it's Mother's Day, for crying out loud. We need to celebrate the most precious gifts we've got of our mothers in this country. And I don't want parishioners being scared to go to church on Sunday. I want them to go and experience the worship that they enjoy each Sunday. And for those few who are protecting, they're around those, making sure that something doesn't happen bad to them.
Carl, we don't have a whole lot of time left, unfortunately, maybe about 30 seconds or so, and so much more I could ask you. But curious, you know, what are your final thoughts on all of this and any other tips that you may have?
Well, I am passionate about the need to stop abortion in our country. I believe this is a strong battle line that has been drawn, and I believe we need to win this battle of making abortion go away once and for all. I would be very in favor of that, and it's worthy of the struggle. And for those church leaders who are leading the struggle, I want to encourage you to keep leading it. We've got to stop this and turn it around.
Absolutely, Carl. Thank you so much for all that you do and for saying all that. God bless you.
Thank you.